Now we're going to review our hang clean progression. It's important to note the reason why we utilize Olympic lifts. Okay, we utilize the Olympic lifts here at UCLA for three main reasons. First and foremost, it improves our ability to apply force to the ground. The harder we push against the ground, the higher we'll jump and the faster we'll be able to run. It doesn't matter if we can bench press 500 pounds or squat 700 pounds if we can't apply that force rapidly. So utilizing Olympic lifts in a weight room setting allows us to improve that ability. Secondly, it is a high motor unit recruitment activity. Okay, so we believe in a high-low philosophy in our training. 100% motor unit recruitment is required to do the hang cleans, to do the snatches, to do jerks, and that's why we utilize them here. And third and foremost, it develops our ability to accept an eccentric load. Okay, eccentric contractions typically are where most of your injuries on the football field take place. By improving our ability to accept an eccentric load in a weight room setting, we're strengthening our body in movements that we may be put on the field and thus help reducing the risk of injury. We're going to go over our hang clean right now. First thing we have to understand is our grip. Ryan's going to show us our grip. Our clean, we start everybody off with a full thumb grip from the smooth. Once we establish our grip, we'll walk the weight out. We can adjust that grip on each individual athlete based on their arm length and body type, but typically we start everybody on full thumb from the smooth. Regardless of the activity on the platform, first thing we do always is set our core. So setting our core is sticking our chest out, retracting our shoulder blades, and contracting our abs. That is setting our core. From this position, Ryan, I just want you to raise the bar up into that front support position. Go ahead and just get it up on the shoulders. Okay, we've got to know how to land before we take off. Okay, so we want to just take a look here at what our front support position is. The bar is sitting just inside of his front deltoid. As he raises his shoulder up, there's going to be a little notch up here. That's where the bar is going to sit. It's not going to sit. Go ahead and drop it down a little bit. It's not going to sit up on his chest with his elbows pointing straight down. He's going to raise his elbows, point him directly ahead. Bar is going to sit right in the notch behind his front delt. Notice his upper arm is pointed straight ahead. His elbows are directly in front of his shoulders. His wrists are slightly out. That's okay. Notice his pinkies are on the bar. His thumb is folded over. This is the proper position for the front support, for the hang clean and the front squat for that matter. That is our front support position. Okay, it is important that we understand how to land before we take off. Okay, in the catch position, his knees are going to be hinged and his hips are going to be slightly back in an athletic position. This is our catch position. Break. Reset that, Ryan, on the ground. In order to get into the proper front support position, one of the first things we're going to have to work at, especially in the developmental program, is our wrist mobility. We're going to show you three exercises right now that we utilize to help improve our wrist mobility. First one here is going to be our partner wrist stretch. Ryan and Zach come into the sides here and they're going to hold the bar down so that the bar doesn't go anywhere. Okay, Tyler's going to step in. He's going to shoot his elbows forward. He's going to put his hips slightly back. Okay, and I'm just going to come in and I'm going to take my hands and drive them underneath his elbows, and I'm going to raise straight up. It's very uncomfortable, but it's something if we invest a little bit of time early on in the program, we'll get a huge return. You can get out, you can shake it out a little. We'll do it for anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and do that again. We get the bar in the proper position right away. Partner comes in here and just pushes up on his elbows. The whole time he's working his hips back, so we get the biggest range of motion out of his wrists, biggest range of motion out of his arms. Good. That's our first stretch. Second one we do is something as simple as going our palms down wrist stretch here. Try to point your fingers directly back at your body. You're pressing your palms into the ground. Something simple that you can do on your own. And then the last one, you do the same thing right up on the rack, coach. Palms down, single arm rack stretch. Working your hand, your wrist up to shoulder height. Doing one arm at a time. Switch hands. So those are our three wrist stretch. We'll go back to Ryan now. We'll get ready for we'll go over our hang clean progression. Once we understand how to get in the proper position, now we can address the hang clean. So you guys will walk the bars out. Everybody's grip is roughly full thumb from the smooth. We've got 3 coaches up here showing the movement. Regardless of the body type, the movement will look exactly the same. Okay, so regardless of whether it's a lineman, a skill position player, a mid, a 240-pound athlete, a 300-pound athlete, the movement should look the same regardless of the position. First thing we're going to do is we're going to set our core. We're going to retract, chest out, shoulders back, abs tight. That is always step 1. Okay. Step 2 will be hinging the knee. From this position here, this is our first step. This is our pocket clean. We will jump, shrug, catch. Ready? Go. Break. Reset. Notice we always stick and land in the catch position. We'll go through that again. Ready? Retract 1. Hinge the knee 2. Go. Break. One more time. Retract 1. Hinge the knee 2. Notice the torso stays upright on the knee hinge. We do not hinge at the hip and drop our chest over the bar here. We keep the knee hinge in this position here because it forces us to drive through the ground with our legs, as opposed to keeping our knees locked and hinging forward right away at the hip. That would be all erector and no leg. We want to improve the ability to apply force to the ground. We're going to do so by hinging the knee. Ready? Go. Break. That is the pocket clean. Okay, notice, let's go through one more time, guys. Notice, retract 1. All their weight is through their heels right now. Hinge the knee 2. All their weight is through their heels right now. It does not change. Go. Chest stays vertical, elbows are pointed straight ahead, quarter squat position, hips are back. Break. Rack. Important detail to note here is our jump, shrug, catch, okay? Remember, we utilize Olympic lifts to improve our ability to apply force to the ground. Okay, so we're asking our athletes to jump off the ground, okay? Now, we jump, but we also want you to shuffle when your feet leave the ground. So if you watch a rep here with Ryan, he's going to retract. Just do a pocket clean is fine, okay? As he jumps, his feet shuffle. In between reps, he resets his feet, okay? Go ahead, just do a couple of reps. His feet shuffle. They shuffle about 6 inches. Okay? We don't want them to shuffle any wider than 6 inches. We want the bar to move vertically. We do not want to lower our center of gravity by splitting our feet out. Go ahead and do one and just go all the way out to the edge of the wood. Okay? We do not want to lower our center of gravity by pushing our feet out, and even for some of our taller guys, getting off the wood. The feet always have to remain on the wood, and ideally they stay within the framework of this barbell logo here on our platforms. That's what we're looking for when we shuffle our feet. It's about a 6-inch shuffle. He recovers back up, and he sets his feet back up into his power position before every rep. All right, step 2 of the progression now, we're actually going to go into the hang clean. So we work from pocket clean to hang clean. First movement's going to be the same. Retract 1, hinge the knee 2. Now we're going to hinge at the hip and stop at the kneecap. 3. This is the 3 position. Our eyes right now are looking straight ahead. Okay, our neck is neutral. We're kind of looking at the top of our eye. The bar position here. You guys can get a quick shot in here on Ryan. His shoulders are directly over the bar. Okay, so he's got a good hinge in the hip. His hips are still high. His knees are still hinged. His weight is still through his heels and midfoot, and he's directly over the bar. Go ahead and return back up to 2. That movement now from 1 to 2, or from 2 to 3, the knees never unhinge. Okay, they stay hinged. Okay, so let's go ahead, guys, and let's just go back down to 3, back up to 2, stop, and go. Break. Reset. Let's go through that again. Retract 1. Hinge the knee 2. Hinge the hip. Back to 2. Go. Break. One more time with the segmented. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 2, go. Break, rack. All right, from this progression now, we're gonna work from 3 up to 2 without a pause. So we're gonna retract 1, hinge the knee 2, hinge the hip 3, back up slow and go. Break, go again, retract. 1, 2, 3, slow and go. Break, one more time. 1, 2, 3, go. Break, rack. Last progression now, we're gonna pause at 2, and then it's gonna be our hang clean. It's gonna be down to 3 dynamic, and right back up to the pocket, jump, shrug, catch. Ready, 1, 2, go. Break. Ready. Notice we've got to get that bar back up into the pocket before we jump, shrug, and catch. So it's absolutely critical that we get back to 2 before we engage our arms. 1, 2, go. Break. Ready. 1, 2, go. Break. Last one now, you guys will catch it and just dynamically return it and put it on the rack. Ready. 1, 2, go.